creating, experiencing, and living an incredible life, feminine energy is so important. It really, truly transformed my life, and I know I can do it for you. So hey guys, welcome to the channel. So this is going to be an exciting video because Femininity Made Basic is here. So if you're interested in learning more about Femininity Made Basic, keep on watching. So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So like I said, I'm really excited for this video because Femininity Made Basic AF is here. And you know what? I had been toying with the idea for a very long time, and I've mentioned it a few times on my channel. And you know, I really just came to the decision that I'm going to do it this certain way that I'm going to share in this video. But before we get into that, I kind of want to share why feminine energy and femininity is so important and how it really changed my life. Now, I shared in a previous video understanding law, understanding how things work, understanding how energy works in harmony together. And, for a long time, when it came to manifesting, I knew about the law of attraction. I knew about manifesting, but I was missing the one piece. I was missing the divine, sacred, feminine piece of it, all of everything. And for me, I had got pretty good at manifesting certain things, like manifesting certain situations and things into my life. But I was hitting a brick wall, especially when it came to relationships, where it just wasn't working out for me. And it wasn't until, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I discovered feminine energy, and I learned about the light and the dark and the polarity of it all, as when it all came together for me. And that's what really is a beautiful thing about it, and it's all in divine order. That's really what feminine energy is really about. It's about divine order. Now, and by divine order, I mean that things happen a certain way. It's like the law of gravity. It's like the certain laws that we go by. And when it comes to even creating life, you need masculine and feminine energy to create life. And so we have to think of these things. We have to look at these things. And when it comes to manifesting, and us talking about manifesting, we don't often talk about feminine energy and masculine energy. I know, like, when it comes to manifesting, people talk about manifesting and, make a career off of talking about manifesting, which is amazing. But I feel like that is a huge part of it that is definitely key when it comes to a beautiful, incredible life. And, I had been teaching manifesting for a long time, and that was the key that was missing for me, is embracing my femininity and my feminine energy. And so that's why it means so much to me. That's why I'm very, a huge proponent for embracing your femininity. I'm going to have a hard time saying femininity. It's funny, I'm teaching feminine energy and femininity, and I have the hardest time saying that word. But that's why I stress and encourage people to, especially women, to embrace their femininity. And so, like I said, I'm really excited about Femininity Made Basic AF that is going to be launching at amberrootcenter.com. So I wanted to share a little bit about it. And so what it is, it's going to be a subscription-based model. It's going to be continual learning. And so you can either subscribe, or you can either just get the tutorials and intros and workshops that will be released along the way. And because that was a thing when it came to Femininity Made Basic that I was struggling with, because femininity and feminine energy, you can hit it from so many different directions and angles. And especially when it comes to relationships, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. There's so many different things that, uh, different pillars that come off of that. And then when it comes to relating to life, and then when it comes to relating to ourselves, our own relationships with ourselves, there's so many different things that go with that. So that was really hard for me, even though made basic is making it easier to consume and conceptualize. There's so many different things that go into feminine energy and how it can really transform your life, right? So that's where I was like struggling. And so that's where the continual model came from, like continual education, continual learning. And so I felt like that was the best way to go about it. And so, like I said, you can either do the subscription, or if something specific resonates with you, you can always just consume that content. So the first module that I did yesterday is actually an intro that we'll be releasing here soon, and it's the intro to feminine energy and your hormones. And I really am very passionate about this because this is feminine energy and it's being manifested in reality in our body, in our hormones. And this is not often talked about, and it's so important that we miss it. This is really extremely important. So the first module would be feminine energy and your hormones, and how our thoughts, our thought energy, the things that we're doing, the activities, how it really affects our hormones within our body. And so this is really important because if we have an imbalance in our hormones, we start feeling not the best. That's where depression and being unfulfilled and all of these things start to kick in. And so that's why understanding how your thought energy is being manifested in your hormones is so important. So that's going to be the first module, intro to understanding your hormones and how it's manifested in your body. And so, like I said, I'm really excited for that, and how activating your feminine energy really impacts hormones in our body. Really important. A lot of women especially have issues with an imbalance in their hormones. So this is something that I really want to talk about, and I'm so excited that this is the first module that we're releasing for Femininity Made Basic AF. I'm going to have the hardest time saying that, I can already tell. So with that first module, understanding how feminine energy and activating it really impacts your hormones in your body, we're going to have the intro audio tutorial for that. We're also going to have a habit tracker, a feminine energy habit tracker to go along with that, as well as a feminine activity cheat sheet to go along with that, because that's going to really encompass what that's about, because our activities, our behaviors, our thoughts affect our hormones. Now, it's talked about a lot. Now, this is the thing when it comes to science. Oftentimes, and I don't like to say this, but it's true. When it comes to science, men are often leading the studies in science. So they don't often talk about it from a feminine perspective. So oftentimes when we talk about hormones that are created in our body by our thoughts, we're talking about stress. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it all the time, how thinking of stressful situations can produce and affect the hormones in our body, our physical body. But the same can be said with testosterone and estrogen, the things we're thinking about. In that audio tutorial, I also share how I learned about this when I had my daughter and I was in college. And that was an interesting experience. And that's how I really knew at that time the impact of my thoughts when it came to my physical body. So yeah, Femininity Made Basic is here, you guys. So excited. So definitely check it out. It'll be launching here soon at AmberMarieTurner.com. Make sure you subscribe to our newsletter so you'll be notified of the launch as well. Like I said, it's going to have the continual learning. We're going to have worksheets, we're going to have cheat sheets, we're going to have trackers, we're going to have all sorts of things to accompany the tutorials and the workshops and the courses. So I'm really, really excited for this. Like I said, feminine energy really transformed my life. And for me, it was the missing key to all of it when it comes to creating an incredible life, creating, experiencing, and living an incredible life. Feminine energy is so important. It really, truly transformed my life, and I know I can do it for you. So that's all for this video. I really wanted to share that with you guys. Super excited for this announcement. The links for everything will be below this video, so definitely check them out. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I do videos on feminine energy, femininity. I said, now that I said that I have a hard time saying femininity, I'm saying it more. But feminine energy, manifesting, and spirituality. So if you like that kind of thing, I think you'll like it here. So definitely subscribe, and I will check you guys in the next video. Peace.